Hello everyone, and thank you for clicking on this video. It is greatly appreciated. This is Forever Skies. Now, like all good YouTubers, I should always start off by saying if you do like this content, like it and subscribe. It would be much appreciated. Thank you very much to Far From Home, the developers, for giving me the key to this gameplay demo. This is all very still in development. Now, it is a demo, so there is a time limit on this. Once you get into the Zeppelin, you've only got about 20 minutes. I fluffed around a fair bit, and it took me a while to get there, so I played the game for about an hour and a half and got a bit of a feel for it. Let's get into it. You start off on this dropship because, simply put, you are on Earth in the distant future, which has had an ecological disaster, and you can see this from around you. We have buildings and some sort of a dust cloud below. Now, I was fascinated straight off the bat with the environment. Looking around, I was captivated and immersed. It is a very riveting environment with these flows of dust and all sorts of things moving. Yeah, it's quite captivating to say the least. Below those dust clouds beneath me is a world that you can explore, and it is very dangerous. In this game that you do have statistics, which you can see down to the bottom left. You have fatigue, health, food and water. Let's just say these messed me up a fair bit in the game. As I moved along, I was always looking downwards, just purely because there was things on the ground, and also upwards because it was just so nice to look at. And that is the sun in the distance there. What you have to do in this game, certainly in the early part, is pick up various items around you, and for example, metal debris. And then I found this scanner. The scanner went immediately to my hotbar, and with this scanner you can scan various things, obviously, and see what they are. For example, as I approach the door, it gives me a scanner icon reminding me, look, give this a scan, and then it will give you some information about it. It is a door with an electric lock that I need to unlock to progress. I then continue to collect various items. Most of it's just metal debris and synthetics, and along the way you will find other notes, I guess you'd call them, where you can read about what has happened. It's all gone to hell. Moving along, I couldn't open that door because I needed some sort of a battery. I was beginning to starve and water was a problem, but I did find some trees with some fruit, so I ate that fruit. And then I got a virus called the sun eye virus. I was thirsty, so I drank myself some dirty water. Yeah, it doesn't go down too well, so you don't want to drink too much of that. Then I found this battery. I was going to need that. Went down to the door to unlock it, and then remembered, no, I needed to plug this battery in, so went and plugged it into this electrical outlet. The sun eye virus, which is one of many viruses I believe you can get, is an optic nerve injury virus, and then you can also treat them and various other things as well. Went through the door and then opened up some cabinets and found a first aid kit, read some more notes, found some more materials including some canned water. Drank that seemed to be nice. I used my scanner to scan this body and discovered that it was a biologist. Drank some more dirty water and took a bottle. Up the top of this platform that I was on, that was clearly my Zeppelin, and I guess that's what I was going to have to be flying. I collected some more metal debris, read some more notes, and I should have paid attention to this one a bit more, the to-do list. I picked up this fabricator, and this needed to go inside the ship, so I worked my way inside and stuck this down. Now, of course, a fabricator, you can fabricate items, and most of these items were using synthetics or metals, I should say. That was the stuff that I was finding on the ground. I couldn't make too many things, but what I could make eventually, after fluffing around a bit and gathering more materials, was a deck extractor. I had no idea what it was, but I made it nonetheless.
Printing completed.
Took it into my hands, and when I did that, realised it was pretty big, so it probably needed to go outside. Found my way outside and I was a bit concerned because I wasn't sure as soon as I stuck it down whether I could move it, but nonetheless I stuck it down and it looked pretty cool, so I decided to use it. Worked like a gun, and that gave me 5 metal. And then I got some synthetics as well, so this was clearly a way while you were moving around in your ship to gather various materials. I quite like this dynamic, it seems to work quite nicely. And these things that have these little glowy bits to them, or the grids to them, are the things that you can collect. And that was important, that the flying debris, you can collect materials from them. These spiky ones you can collect metal from, and the bushy ones you collect synthetics from. However, I just started collecting more stuff. Water was a problem, so I stuck down a water purifier. Filled it up with my dirty water. And then made myself a bed because I was pretty tired. Then had myself a little sleep, and as you sleep your fatigue comes back, but it does drain other aspects. I went moving again after a bit, searched around for not that much longer, and then got fatigued again. Took more materials, read some more stuff, got some blueprints, and the lack of food, as indicated down in the bottom left of my screen, was such a problem that it killed me very quickly. Respawned in, went back to my ship, and to my horror realised that nothing I had built on the ship was there anymore. However, I didn't let that deter me and rushed around and picked up more materials and debris because now I was having a better idea of what to do. Thought I'd take a bit of a shortcut. That was a mistake. Died. Respawned in. Rushed around again, collected more materials, got myself a deck extracted down, got myself a fabricated down, and then started making some more things. Stuck a water purifier back up on the wall, and then made myself an engine because the game was telling me you needed engines to move this ship, not surprisingly. I just plonked it down on the corner there, made myself another bed, had a little sleep, got back to the extractor and started extracting these flying debris. Went to have a little fly and no fuel, so got to make myself some synthetic fuel. That was pretty easy to make, so
Printing completed.
picked that up and of course did what you did with fuel, stuck it into the engine. Went back and I was away flying my Zeppelin. Now the sounds when you fly the Zeppelin are really, really nice. I like them a lot. It does feel a little restricted in here. I don't get the sense I'm flying a big craft. It is moving slowly, but I would like to go into a third-person exterior viewpoint. That would be really nice. One of the things of clearly is going to be a critical part to the game is you can use your extractor gun as you fly along to gather various materials. Now, obviously my ship was shaking around a bit, but it didn't seem to do too much. But I thought, let's get a bit more grunt, stuck another engine down, but food was becoming a problem. Made an insect catcher, and for some reason didn't record putting that down, but I flew myself to a nearby platform. I was getting a bit thirsty again, so drank some more dirty water. Why not? I thought maybe this leafy platform might have food. It didn't, but I had whole piles of more materials, so I collected all that as quickly as I could. It did not take long for the weather to change, very much for the worse, so I ran back to the ship because I wasn't sure if the weather was going to kill me. Now my insect catcher didn't seem to be doing anything, and I couldn't figure out what to do. I did eventually, as you'll see shortly, but I thought maybe my extractor could get me some food because food was desperately short. In the meantime, well, I thought I'm just going to die because I didn't have any food, so I got my water purifier up and running. Shortly after, I died of starvation. I respawned back in, and the weather now was horrendous. It was so horrendous I didn't really want to fly in it, but I thought I'd give it a quick go just to see what it was like. Went up in my Zeppelin, my airship, and I couldn't see anything, so decided I wasn't going to go too far in that weather, so I waited for it to clear up. Didn't take long, and the weather did clear up, and I was yet again flying over this amazing landscape. And remember, underneath that dust is a surface, which is very hostile, and part of the gameplay will be to get to that. And there are different levels to this. Part of this game is building up your ship, making it into a base, and moving up and down in elevations to various platforms which will have various goods and encourage you to develop your ship. But I went back to the lure because, well, I just couldn't figure it out, but that was because I didn't look at it closely, and when I got close to it, yes, you could lower the lure, which I did. And I caught something, so I pulled that back up, and I caught myself my first beautiful dawn moth. Now, moths are getting really very rare in the world, as everyone knows, particularly here in New Zealand. It's a real shame, because I just love the little critters. But in this game, stuff it, I'm going to put them into my cooker and boil and eat the little bastards. Didn't take long to cook the poor old moth up. And finally, yes, I could actually get my own food source going. This was clearly going to be part of the game, is making your Zeppelin into your base. It is going to be your base building on a Zeppelin. I like that, it's pretty cool. Moments after, let's just say the demo came to an end. So what do I think of Forever Skies? Very quickly, I think it's got a lot going for it. It's definitely going the right direction. I like the idea of building your Zeppelin into a mobile base which flies around. I like the idea of being able to go under these dust clouds and explore some really hostile alien environment. I really would like to be able to fly the ship from the outside, like a third-person point of view, to get a real feel that you're flying some monstrously big thing. That would be marvellous. But the game is showing some good signs of going in the right direction. So yet again, thank you for getting me this key, developers. It is always appreciated. And there are links down below to the Steam store, all that type of stuff. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for the next chapter.